Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I am a beauty enthusiast who loves all things beauty, and I love to do some vlogs and some product reviews, product comparisons, and ranking videos. So if you love all those types of styles of videos, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and join the Glam Girl squad. Today, we are going to be trying on some new makeup, and I have, of course, all of it on my face. I cannot wait to share with you my thoughts on some of these products because some of them are actually really good. And some of them, you just gonna have to wait and see. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And if you are new, like I said, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you're returning, I appreciate you so very much. And let's just get right into this video. I requested this product from Octoly, so thank you to Octoly and RMS Beauty for sending me over a few products. I requested from them their new primer, their lip to cheek product, which we will show later on in the video, and then also their highlighter and living luminizer. So starting with the primer, here is the actual primer. It looks so pretty. I love this like minimalistic packaging, and then you twist up the cap, and number one, I love the light pink color. And when you twist up the cap, there is a pump for the primer. Take natural up a notch with this revolutionary Radiance locking primer, a breakthrough technology in an innovative refillable package. This clean powered primer weightlessly locks in skincare while gripping makeup all day. So this is formulated with skin firming Titanol, which is the high performing natural retinol alternative, moisture rich vegetable squalene, and barrier strengthening eggplant fruit extract. This gel textured base smooths the skin surface and prolongs makeup wear as it brings a natural glowing radiance from within. So this is my second time wearing this primer, and I definitely feel like this primer does allow for my makeup to adhere to my skin longer because it definitely has like a slight tackiness to it. Nothing that's overbearing, but definitely apparent after you smooth it into the skin. I do think it does bring a nice radiance to the face, but nothing that's going to be a turn off if you have like oily skin and you don't like a lot of radiance to the face. I don't think it's anything that also like shows through your makeup, but I definitely think it's something that if you were to just put the primer on to smooth over your skin, you could notice a little bit of radiance there. So far, I really do like this product. I'm looking forward to using it more often. But yes, very happy to have this one and trying that one. Next, we have this tinted moisturizer. This is by the Lipbar, and this is their Just a Tint 3-in-1 tinted skin conditioner. I have this in the shade Caramel Delight, and I've been interested in this particular product for a little bit. So a couple of my friends have said that they really enjoyed this product, and then my sister was looking for a nice tinted moisturizer, and I was like, hey, try this one. I haven't, but I've heard some good things about it. And so when she tried it and she liked it, which mind you, she really doesn't like foundation to begin with, I was like, maybe I should try it. So this has an SPF of 11 plus hyaluronic acid. And after applying it to the face, I actually kind of like this. The color is like a perfect shade match. And if you weren't aware, this is a brand that is Black owned. So I'm very happy about that. So after applying this onto the face, I really, really like the overall finish. I like the color match. I think Caramel Delight is a perfect shade match. I didn't have to do any type of adjusting to the product or anything like that. I do think I applied too much. And what I mean by too much was I went in with my beauty sponge, which, hold on, let's pause for the cause here. I do need to shout this out. So I did pick up this little bundle here with the beauty blender. It was $20, and of course you get the sponge, you get this cute little case that you can travel with, and then you can also store it in. It's got holes on the back so it can breathe through. You get the actual beauty blender soap bar and this little like scrubber thing, all for $20. So I definitely think this is a deal. And I highly recommend picking it up if you're somebody who like thoroughly enjoys the beauty blender, which I will admit I've been falling back in love with it. It's so good. But what I mean by I think I put too much of this tinted moisturizer on, I realized I don't need a lot. So this tinted moisturizer can give you very light coverage. It can also give you, I think like what I'm wearing today is like a solid medium coverage. So when my sister applied it, she literally just put like one stripe on each cheek and just blended it out all over her face. And she had a really nice, perfected, like her skin but better look. I think when I would go in with this again, I would probably put one stripe here, blend that out, and then maybe like add just a tiny bit of coverage wherever else I felt like I needed it. I felt like it took me just a little longer to blend in the product with the amount of foundation that I did apply. So that's what I mean by I think I applied too much. However, it did blend into the skin really nicely, and I really like it. You know what I'm thinking about? I am thinking of the YSL skin tint that you all know I've been loving. I don't know if it's the packaging because, you know, it has the same like tubular end. I don't know, but I think it's time for a little product showdown with these two. So be expecting that video pretty soon because I don't know, this is giving me like very similar vibes. We're gonna have to see. But I really, really like this product and I'm glad that I picked this one up. So far, so good. On to this concealer. This concealer is by Anastasia Beverly Hills and I am actually very excited about it because I have not been excited about an ABH product in a very long time. So this is their Magic Touch Concealer. I do have mine in the shade 13. This is what the applicator looks like. This is a medium to full coverage blurring concealer that blends smoothly without creasing. So this particular concealer, I was very intrigued by it initially by Gabe Loves Makeup. I love his channel. He's so hilarious and he's become a really like makeup friend of mine. He is such a sweet person and he did a review comparing this product to the One Size Beauty concealer. And so I'll link his video down below. And after watching that video, I was like, I need to check this one out. I love the overall finish on my face. It is what I feel like a more radiant type of concealer, but one that is not so radiant that it's going to be sliding across the face. It's not going to be one that's going to be, I think, too radiant for like combination skin or even oily skin, because of course, setting it with powder, it's going to take away that radiance. And as you can see on the underside of my face, it's not glowy like underneath here or anything like that, but my under eye does not look dry or heavy or cakey after applying the concealer. Now, applied to the skin as seen in the demo without setting it, you do see radiance coming from the concealer, but I think it makes the under eye look nice and hydrated, and that's what I look for in a concealer. Kind of reminds me a lot of the Kosas Revealer Concealer, but I think the Kosas concealer has just a little bit more slip to it than this one does. Definitely feel like this has a lot of coverage to it. I think it comes out of the gate, in my opinion, a little more full coverage than medium coverage. With my application today, I also feel like I went in with a little more product than needed, but I was able to blend it out still very easily. I just took the butt of my beauty blender and like blended out the edges where I felt like, okay, this is a little bit too much, and it blended really nicely into the skin. So this is my second time wearing this and I'm like, I'm in love. I really like this concealer. It is beautiful and it has been a while since I have fallen in love with the concealer. So very happy to have that one. I think that one is definitely one to check out, especially if you're in the market for a medium to full coverage, radiant type of concealer that's not going to be overall matte, but still give you really good coverage and a beautiful finish. Then I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath loose powder. This is in the shade light medium 2. Now this is not a new product, but it is new to me, and I've been wearing this a few times, and I will say my overall consensus of this particular powder, I still haven't concluded how I feel about it because I did apply it today and the past few times I've been wearing it with the beauty blender, you know, with a damp sponge. And I don't think that's my favorite way of wearing it. I think it just looks a little more heavy than what I like for my under eyes. So I went in and dusted on the Kosas powder just to kind of smooth it out, blur it out. I think the finish of the powder is really nice. And I think, of course, if you have combination oily skin and you want that more mattified look, you're gonna love the powder. I think this powder is also great for those fuller coverage looks, and maybe that's where I'm kind of like in between my feelings with, because if I'm going for maybe lighter coverage, then this is going to be a little too heavy, a little too more coverage than what I would want to go for. However, if I wanted to go for full coverage, if I wanted a full glam beat, I think this powder would be good for that. So I'm gonna still play around with it a little bit more. I'll keep you updated on my thoughts on it, but I think it's a beautiful powder and I think it's nice. I think I need to maybe apply this with a brush and use like even less of the powder, because it does do a really good job of setting down the makeup, but also giving you, it also gives you some coverage, I will say that. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm still in my feelings about it. So those are my thoughts. I'll keep you updated. Now onto a product that I don't need any type of time to let you know how I feel about it, because I already love it. Yo, this KVD Beauty, this contour, she's cute. Okay, so the formal name of this is the Mod Con Liquid Gel Contour. So I have mine in the shade Tan Neutral 30, and this is beautiful. So it's got this nice large doe foot applicator here. I really enjoy this shade because it's like a chocolate brown type of shade, but if I could say it's a little cooler than like a warm chocolate brown. So it works great as a contour bronzer. So I applied it on this side with my beauty blender initially so that you can see how it looks if you're a beauty blender, beauty sponge lover. And I think it blended in really nicely, but I also think we lost some of the pigmentation of the product blending it out with a beauty blender. So when I applied it on this side of the face and I blended it out with my Sungaji mini base brush, I think I got more coverage, and I personally like the application with the brush better because I see it a little bit more on the face versus on this side. I think if I wanted like a very subtle bronze, I would go in with the sponge, but if I wanted it more apparent, which is what I wanted, go in with the brush. I think the color and the tone of it is perfect. Like I said, this is a beautiful neutral color because it's like chocolate brown. It's a little cooler than like a warm chocolate brown, but it's not too cool toned to where it's just solely a contour and I would potentially need a bronzer to like warm the face up. I love, love, love this product. It is so, so good. And I can't tell you the last time I bought a KVD product. I'm trying to think about it and I can't remember. I mean, it has been, I think the last product I bought was when it was Kat Von D. So I'm very happy about this and definitely excited to have this product. I would say if you're in the market for like a cream gel-like contour bronzer, check this out. And I do like the formulation of this because it is not creamy, like it doesn't slip along the face like some creams do, but it's a beautiful gel formula. So I think this would be great for people who has any skin type, whether it's dry, normal, combination, or oily, because if you're oily skin, the gel is not going to break down as quickly under your oils as if this were like a cream product. So I love that product. That might be my most favorite product out of all the products I use today. I think. After applying bronzer, going in with this product by RMS. So this is their lip to cheek product in the shade Beloved, and this color is beautiful. So they have a few different shades. This one I would say is the deepest shade that they have, and they call this their lip to cheek type of product because you can apply it obviously on the cheeks and you can also apply it on the lips, which I have done, and it is nice. You actually get good pigmentation from the product. And in terms of the formulation of this particular product, it is creamy with a little bit of like, I would say this product is like a true cream type of product, because it is not too emollient, but it blends really nicely into the skin. So this is what it looks like blended onto the back of my hand. Obviously, you can see me blending it in the demonstration, and I think you can blend it very nicely with your fingers. You could also blend it very nicely with a brush. When I went in with the beauty sponge today to blend it out, I thought it took away too much of the pigment, and I did want the product to show on my cheeks. So I went in with this with my Sonia G Base 1 brush, and that was what I chose to finish blending out the product with it. With my finger, I think it blends out really nice, but I think with this particular shade of color, I prefer to use a tool that will make sure that all the edges are blended properly, because I felt like with my finger, I don't know, I didn't want the shade to not look fully blended into the skin. And I felt like with my finger, I couldn't get the job done fast enough. I mean, if I would have spent more time, it would have worked. But I like the product blended better with a brush. And you all know I'm a brush person when it comes to just applying products on the face. I rarely like to use my fingers. So I know some people love to use their fingers, but finger application is not my favorite applicator of choice. So I really like it blended into the skin with a brush. I think it is beautiful. I love the radiant glow that comes from this product. And I also like that when applied to the face with my fingers and the brush, it did not pick up really the product underneath, like my foundation or anything like that. So I was very happy about that, because it is a cream product. And so sometimes with cream blushes, depending on how tacky they are, they will pick up your foundation underneath. And so you have to be quite careful with how you apply them. And I did not feel like this did that really at all. So very happy and surprised by that as well. So after the blush, I went in with the RMS Living Luminizer, and this product is really, really beautiful. So this has more of like an icy tone to its shade, and it looks very transparent on the skin. So looking at the swatch, it looks quite icy, a little more cool toned than what I would probably choose for myself. If I had another shade to choose from, I wouldn't choose this one. But when blended onto the skin, it actually just looks like a beautiful glow and gloss to the cheek. So it has like a very wet look. And I really do like this. However, I think this would be a product that is better applied when you're not going for, I would say, as kind of full coverage as I have going on today. So this product, I will try it again when I'm going for more of like a minimalistic look. So for instance, I'm talking like a skin tint, but maybe with like half a swipe here, half a swipe here, blend it all over the face. Then like no setting with powder, going in with this product and applying it to the high points of the cheeks and maybe down to T-zone. I think that's where it probably shines its best, and you get more appreciation for how it looks onto the skin. Because you can see it on my skin, but I think this product is not a full coverage type of product, and my face is leaning more toward full coverage and what it's looking like. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So I think this is a beautiful product, and I think this is one that I'm really going to enjoy wearing when I'm not wearing a ton of makeup and I just want more of like fresh, glowy, like hydrated looking skin. I think that's where the product will shine its best. So very happy that I have it. Thank you so much to RMS and Octoly for sending these products over to me complimentary. So happy to have them and excited to try more from the brand, because they are a brand that I don't have. I think I only have one product from them so far, and I have a quad of all of their luminizers in it. And it's like a tiny little quad. So I was very excited to try more from the brand and looking forward to trying more from them. Now on to a product that I literally did not need. And when I say I did not need, like, I'm still like trying to convince myself almost to keep it, because I do not need this product, but I could not stop thinking about it. And it is this Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl palette. Why did I get this, y'all? Why? Like I said, I am still like, Chelsea, look at it. This is nothing new to my collection, okay? It is nothing that I need. When I look at this and I literally cover up this purple, I have the most basic neutral palette, okay? Don't I? But I really like it. I really like it. Okay, first of all, it does smell like a cinnamon bun. It does. Like, I feel like I'm cheating on my diet here, because it smells really good, but it's not overly scented to where like as soon as you open it, you're just like, oh, this is too much. It's actually really nice. Really, really enjoying it. I have the Too Faced Extra Gingerbread Spicy palette. I have the Pumpkin palette. And when I actually compared these to them, in all honesty, I was like, okay, this one is not as similar to the other two as I thought it was. Similar with a couple of shades. In my opinion, this is not similar to the pumpkin one at all. This is a little similar to Extra Spicy. But even still, nothing that I felt like I really have two of the same palette. So going into the formulation of it, because that's what you're here for. The formulation of the matte is really beautiful. So I started this eye look going in with the shade Muffin Top, which is right here. And that was my transition color, blended really nicely into the skin. And I liked that there was a little bit of pigmentation there. Like this is one of those shades where you could just kind of put it all over the eye and be out the door for like those quick 10-minute makeup looks, because you just want your eyes to have like a little bit of definition and not be bare. I think Muffin Top was great for that. Then I went in with this shade right here called Lick the Spoon. And this one I thought was really pretty. So this one's more of like a peachy tan type of shade that I also went over the transition and crease area with, blended that in, once again, blended really nicely into the skin. Then I wanted to go in with Cinnamon Swirl right here because this is a Cinnamon Swirl palette, so we have to use Cinnamon Swirl. And that I wanted to concentrate more into the crease. Really love the tones of this palette. After Cinnamon Swirl, I wanted to go with this shade right here called Stay Current. And I love like the shimmeriness to it. So I really enjoyed this shade right here because it's got a really pretty, like, how would I describe this shade? Almost like a plum brownish shade to it. And then it's got like pink gold sparkles, pink gold purple sparkles to it. I think it's a beautiful shade actually. I liked how it blended really nicely into the outer area of the eye. And it also blended really nicely when I wanted to blend out the edges. It wasn't hard to blend at all, and I really enjoy it. And then for the inner corner of my eye, or the eyelid, I went in with Sticky Fingers. This shade is more of like, I would say like a shimmer topper. So we don't get a ton of like pigment from it, but it's a beautiful like duo. It has a beautiful duo shift to it. And when applied to the eyes, I think it looks really, really beautiful. When I was applying it, I was like, I should have added Pat McGrath's Intensifies Artistry wand to it. But then I was like, no, because let me just show what it looks like on its own. So it's definitely a shade that could be intensified, or it could be applied as more of like a shimmer topper. It doesn't have like a strong base to it, but it's really pretty and it doesn't look opaque on the eyes, which I do like. So after that, on the lower lash line, I went in with See Me Rollin' right here and blended that along the lower lash line. And then I wanted to go in with Food Court right here. And I love this shade of Food Court. Hate the name, love the shade. I mean, I know why they chose Food Court because we find cinnamon buns in the Food Court, but I just hate the name. I'm like, y'all could have given this shade a prettier name. But love the pigmentation of this shade and how it shows up. And then Sugar Rush is what I use for the inner corner highlight. And I love this shade too. It reminds me of a Pat McGrath shade a little bit. Pat McGrath is more pigmented, but there's a shade that it reminds me of. But really, really enjoying this inner corner highlight. And there's the eye look. Like I said, nothing that I need. Nothing that you need if you love eyeshadow and you basically have all of these shades. But I am very happy with it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy with it. I'm definitely gonna keep it because I think she's stunning. So I did spray my face, just so you know what I used. I did spray my face with the Desi Skin Dew Mist. And then for my lips, I went in with the Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in their shade, what is this called? Cinnamon Bun. Now this smells like a cinnamon bun too. And this is actually my first time purchasing one of the Too Faced Melted Matte lipsticks, which I've heard a lot of good things about them. And normally, like I said, they don't like faze me at all. I just skip right over them. But I don't know, I just was in a mood and I was like, ooh, this looks like a nice shade. And this is a pretty shade. This is a beautiful shade. Definitely a matte liquid lipstick, but ironically not uncomfortable. Like, I've been wearing it talking throughout this whole video. I don't feel like my lips are about to fall off because they're so dry, but I do feel like my lips look dry. So I would probably just, you know, pat a little bit of a gloss over this to like, you know, maybe conceal a lot of like my lines and things like that. But I think the shade is beautiful, and this is actually pretty comfortable, like a lot more comfortable than I expected it to be, especially once I initially applied it and I was like, oof, this is matte. This is more matte than I would normally wear, but I'm actually really happy with this. So like I said, I'm very shocked that I liked this formulation because I didn't think I would like the formulation based on just how matte it is, but I really do. And I actually like this color. So now I'm like, they come out with more formulas like this with shades that I think I might like. I probably will be more inclined to pick it up. I don't know. It's just Too Faced knows how to get people. They really do. And they got me with this one. And so guys, that is all of the new products that I have today. Very happy to have, oh, I forgot about my lashes. I completely forgot. So I also picked up the House of Lashes in this shade Iconic Light. They had these during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, so they were only $6. And I am loving these little lashes. Look at them. Aren't they cute? Yes, they are. Very comfortable. I think this might be my first pair of lashes from House of Lashes too, I think. If not, it's one of the first couple of pairs that I've purchased. Really like the quality of these lashes. And even though they are a little bit more dramatic, I don't feel them on the eyes, which is amazing. The band, it was like not too thin, but not too thick. So a very nice, comfortable band. It also was very flexible. So it was easy to apply these lashes. And now I'm like, I might need to get more of these lashes. I also picked up this pair in this style called Juliet, and I cannot wait to wear these. These are a little bit more dramatic, but I think these are pretty. So I'm like, well, okay. I'm like, man, I didn't pick up more of these when they were half off. But really, really loving how they look. So guys, those are all of the new products that I have picked up recently that I could put on my face. I have some other products, but I couldn't put them all on my face. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below as to how you like the look and the products. Do you have any of these products? What are your thoughts, or are you interested in them? I'd love to hear them. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.